So bottom line of the story is that there is a duality. Is it right? There is a polarity. Is it clear? So all these things comes under one roof, that there is a duality. And why we are learning oneness? To come to non-duality. That's the main concept. Now, what is the problem if we are not in oneness? This is a great question. What is the problem? Tell me.
We will not be happy, we will not agree with someone.
Exactly. What else?
Unbalanced.
Unbalanced. Yeah, perfect. Yes.
Always unhappy.
Unhappy. Yes. On. The main thing is we are judgmental. If you are not in oneness, means you are judgmental. This is right. Then I will say he is a rich, he is a poor, means I am doing some judgment. Is right. You should be analytical person, but you shouldn't be judgmental. So when you are in oneness, definitely you are not going to judge anyone. Why? Because you understand the law of duality. You understand the polarity. There is a day, there is a night. Is it right? So we have come in the human being or in the human body just to experience that duality. And after you have experienced those duality in number of lives, or for every aspect, you have to come to oneness. For every aspect, remember one thing. Is it right? Suppose you have dissolved the richness and poor, means you are oneness in that concept. Is it right? You have dissolved the concept that is a male child and female child, then you are oneness with the gender. Is it clear? So oneness is not in the initial stage the holistic approach. Oneness is every aspect you have to come to that state. Is it right? Every aspect. Wherever you feel I have done some judgmental part, means there is no oneness. I need to work on that. Is it clear? Whenever you pointed something, means that's not a oneness. Still you are in the dualities. Still you are in the polarity aspect. Is it right? If I say in India that South people are very intelligent, South Indian people are very intelligent, means opposite I mean to say that North people are not intelligent. This is a judgmental part. Is it clear? Right? So how we pass the judgments, because still the concept is of opposite action. If I make you to sit with thousands of people, and if I make you to sit alone, if it doesn't make any difference, means you are in oneness. Same happens with me. If you tell me to sit for a couple of hours alone, I can sit. If you tell me to sit in a crowd, I can sit. There is no fear and there is no hesitation. Is it clear? When you are in oneness, you will play the role of duality, but you will not be in duality. Is it clear? When you are oneness, you know how to sit alone and how to be with the people. Is it right? When you are oneness, you know how to be hard, how to be soft. Is it right? When you are oneness, you know where to use your left brain, where to use your right brain, where you have to use your logical mind, where you have to use your emotional mind, because now you are in oneness. Is it clear? If I go to temple or church, I have to use my right brain. I cannot use my left brain. I cannot use the logic. I can't see the God. How can I believe it? Means I am not in oneness. If I am driving my car, I cannot use my right brain and cannot be an emotional fool. I may meet with some accident. I have to use my left brain because that's a logical side. The distance, the speed management, the space management. Is it clear? So people have never understood all the problem which we are suffering only because we are not into that concept of oneness. Nothing more than that. Is it clear? When you are oneness, you will respect male, you will respect female. You will give the space. You know what is the mind of the female, what is the mind of the male. You will respect it. You wouldn't compare it. You wouldn't criticize it. Is it clear? It's very clear, because when you are in the oneness, means you have dissolved the difference. And when there is no difference, you tell me how you are going to make any judgment. Is it clear? Why we worship God, why we worship saint, why we worship all those enlightened people? Because they are in oneness. They are never in the judgmental part. Is it clear? So this you have to dissolve for every aspect. Just be very keen observant, just do a self-realization process and put 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 up on your piece of paper where you are not in oneness. You have to work on those aspects. Is it right? Because it is only you that you can bring it out from your mind. I cannot judge. I cannot tell you where you are not in oneness. Only you know where you are not in oneness. Because in day-to-day life, wherever you are irritated, your anger, your reactive, means you are not in oneness. Is it right? If you are reactive for any incidents or any situation, means you are not in oneness. Now it is clear? If you are responding to anything, means you are matured, you are flexible, you are with the wisdom, so you are not reactive. You are very cool and calm, you are very silent in any situation. Is it true? You are not going to affect your blood pressure or your heart rates, your respiratory rate. Nothing is going to affect you. No physiological action is going to be upside down. No chemical reactions is going to happen when you are in oneness. Now is it clear? Otherwise, what will happen? Hormonal imbalances, chakras oscillation imbalances. Chakras are hypo-oscillating, hyper-oscillations. Some may have hypertension, some may have hypotension, some may have hypoglycemia, some may have hyperglycemia. They are not in oneness. Is it clear? But now the concept is of three things. The first concept, the oneness of matter, you can write. Oneness of matter, oneness of energy, and oneness of consciousness. These three aspects today we are going to learn. The matter means the body structure, the male female structure. Is it right? That's the matter. The energy means the masculine and feminine energy, the yin yang energy, the Surya Nadi, the Chandra Nadi. Is it clear? And the third aspect of consciousness is the oneness between the god and goddesses. Even that differences shouldn't come. Even in the astral form, there should be a oneness. Is it clear? It's not that I worship only God, I worship only goddesses. Is it clear? I worship light. I worship the source of light. So you are in oneness? Is it true? So in India, people say, I worship Shakti, I worship Shiva. Means they are not in oneness. I worship Shiv Shakti. Means I am in oneness. Is it clear? So the difference is in matter, energy, and consciousness. This is the three difference we are going to learn in the oneness concept. Is it okay? Yeah.
Okay, as a person, I believe in all the gods.
Exactly.
But moreover, I am drawn towards Durga Ma.
Yeah.
So is it for oneness or no? I believe all the religions, I respect all the religions.
Yeah.
But my energy, I feel drawn towards Shiva and Durga.
Yeah. No, see, the thing is, we are worshipping Durga Ma. That is a very, very good sign. But at the same time, are we just playing the role of feminine energy, or we are playing both the energies? We are playing even the masculine energy role. That's very important. Because many times, when you worship someone uh, in extremity, definitely those qualities comes in you. Is it right? Like people, in India, they say, oh, I'm the worshipping of Durga Ma. I have the strength. I can protect myself. Is it right? So that, that also creates some differences that you are not worshipping, I am worshipping. So if you are following someone, means you are following their all characteristics. If someone says, I follow Kali Ma or I follow Saraswati Ma, means you are following something very monotonously. That's why, it has been said that God is in everyone and each God is in everyone. Like Shiva is in Vishnu, Vishnu is in Shiva. Is it right? In Durga Ma, they say there is a 9 types of different avatars, right? In Vishnu, they say there is 108 avatars. Why they say? Just we shouldn't get stuck to that. Now I will tell you honestly, the purpose of learning this oneness after all the quantum physics science, I understood that we are born with certain consciousness of some god or goddesses. Means our higher self, the soul consciousness, is connected to some god goddesses part. But now it is up to you, you are following only that consciousness, that fragmented part, or through that consciousness you are connecting to all other consciousness. This is very important. Like, when I came from India yesterday, I have a SIM card of Vodafone. I did an international roaming activation. I am least bothered which network I am getting here. So my entry point was a Vodafone, but here whatever network I am getting, it's irrelevant. I should get that network because I paid for it. Is it true? So you are entering in the universe through mother's womb. This is one thing. You are entering in the world through some consciousness. That is second thing. But in both the aspect, you should be universally accepting everything. It's not only she is my mom. You don't respect other mom. Is it right? This is my consciousness. My consciousness belong to Krishna. So I don't worship Shiva. My consciousness belongs to Jesus. I don't accept any other god goddesses. That shouldn't be. Entry point will be there, because without that, how you will enter it? Is it clear? So in our mind there should be a monotone. It should be all the different aspect should be in the one umbrella. Then you will respect everyone. We are not accepting people, we are not respecting people because we are in duality. Is it right? We are not accepting because we have certain differences. Oh, those people are like this, these people are like this. Even before the marriage also, when in the matrimonial situation, we see that this family belongs to this religion, this family belongs to this part of the country, this part of the village. Is it right? Even the surname also, the name also, oh, this belong to this gotra. Is it right? So there are so many differences which has been put in our mind. He's a Brahmin, he's a non-Brahmin, he's from the backward class, is it right? So many differences are made. And in the educational system it is made. What are you following? You're following the education. You're following your sanskara from your family, from your ancestor. If both these categories have so many differences, how you can be in oneness? Tell me. It's very hard. Why? Because the right brain is been developed by our family from our ancestor. The left brain is developed by the educational system, and both carries the differences. This is right. Now you have to come to the center brain. The center brain is your higher self, which people don't know. You need to operate your life through the divine plan, through the divine mind, not through the human mind, because human mind is divided into right brain and left brain. So today when we will get attuned, I will attune your higher self. I am going to put the symbols in your higher self so that your soul consciousness will be in the oneness. It wouldn't be in the human consciousness, it will be with the divine God, goddess's consciousness. Is it right? And that is the oneness. So here is the Shiva, right? Here is the Shiv Shakti, what we say, the right brain and left brain. But here it is the oneness. Is it okay? This is the oneness. This is a point of oneness. The Sahasrara chakra has no mantra. Mantra ends over here, Om. After Om, there is no mantra here. There is only silence. If there was a mantra, means that mantra is either a masculine or feminine. But there is no mantra. The silence has no gender. The silence is not divided into masculine or feminine part. Is it clear? For example, if I speak and if your eyes are closed, even you can make out this is a male voice or female voice. Is it right? So all our 5 sensations, they catch up. There is a different something. Is it right? But person who is sitting in silence, how can you make out whether he is a male or female? You cannot make out. Is it right? So oneness teaches us to be more in silence. And when it can happen when you're non-reactive and you're more in responding state. Is it true? Whatever happens in the universe, whatever the politics happens, the corruption happens, whatever the chaos happen, whatever the disorder is around you, you are in silence, means you are in oneness. Is it true? You are in your own space. You are not entering someone's space, means you are in oneness. Now it is clear. So you have to be practical. It's not just a verbal word that I am in oneness. Wherever you are not in oneness, definitely you are going to put some words, you are going to put some judgmental part, you are going to react to something or other, you are going to put some emotions. Is it right? If you are into oneness, you will be in the feeling state, not in emotional state. There is a lot of difference between that. Is it right? Feeling means what? That I will tell you. Feeling means it's a non-judgmental expression of the love. Is it right? And emotion is you love and you are very possessive and you are very attached to that thing. Yes?
I wanted to ask, let's say I learn and I gain oneness when I'm in this thing, I'm calm, but the other person, let's say family, work.
Yeah, I will tell you this concept. Initially, I'm just telling you with respect to ourselves. Now, what happens, as I will answer you now only, that we have that unhealed part in us. And we are attracting those people, family members, relatives, uh, colleagues, those who are also not in oneness. Is it right? We have a silent unhealed part and they have an active unhealed part. Right? So when we say, I will be in oneness, but people are not in oneness, then how it is going to help? But God is in oneness, people are not in oneness, so God is not disturbed. Is it right? So what the thing is, there is everyone around you is your mirror image. This statement you have to put in your mind. Everyone around you is a mirror image. They have come to test you whether you are in oneness or you are not in oneness. Is it okay? If I have craving of alcohol and if I pass through some restaurant where there is a beer bar, I'll think, oh, let me take today. Tomorrow, anyhow, I'm having a holiday because I have some craving. Hotel is not calling me, restaurant is not calling me. My craving is attracting me and I'm going inside. Is it right? Bottle is not coming to you, you are going to the liquor side. Is it true? So this is how the object and subject are attracted according to our unhealed part. But if you heal with those oneness symbols, there is no unhealed part and you are not going to attract anyone else. And even though if you are attracting, you are not going to get attached to anything. Is it right? Suppose if I am a football lover, definitely I will see the match wherever it is going on. Whether it is even not of my country, I'll just watch the play. Is it true? So same thing happens, if you are healing yourself, that means even the people who are not in oneness, you are going to just observe it, you are not going to absorb anything from them, which is very important. What you are going to do? Only observe them. Don't absorb anything. If you absorb, it will be fuel to fire. You have minus 3 electrons. If you absorb, you will be to minus 6 electrons, minus 10 electrons. If you observe, it will be minus 3 only. And if you are not reactive and if you are healing yourself, minus 3 will become minus 2, then minus 1 and then it will be 0. It is called shunya. Is it clear? So whatever you are doing in this universe, whatever you are doing in the life, if you bring those things into 0, means you are into oneness. Is it right? I am the owner of this mobile, for example. If I sell it out, means now I am 0. Now I am no more owner of this mobile. Is it right? So whatever you have brought into the universe, you have to give it back to the universe. That is the oneness. whatever you have brought it. Everything you have to leave it. You have to detach from everything. From your thought detachment, that is a oneness. From your emotional, you have to bring into oneness. The words which you have sent into the universe, you have to put the opposite word to those words. Then you are into oneness. So we do forgiveness, we do gratitude, you say I love you. Why you are saying all those things? Because you are putting opposite things, what you have created through your emotions, through your hatred nature or revenge attitude. Is it clear? So why we are healing? To neutralize those things which we have emitted unwanted electrons and unwanted magnetic energies in the universe. Is it clear? Because through the Shakti, through the power, we have manifested many things. So Shiva will bring it into Shunya, then that manifestation is no more. You have experienced those manifestations after getting the power of money, power of position, power of education, power of relation, whatever. You have achieved something, you have experienced everything. Now Shiva will bring you into zero. So from here the zero starts and here the zero ends. Is it right? Is it true? So from Agnya Chakra to Crown Chakra, this is our personal journey. It's our own journey to come back to oneness. But people are stuck here. People don't believe here because there is nothingness. This is Shunya. Is it right? See the Buddha, all the petals were open. All the Sastra Chakra petals were open. Why? Because he left everything. He left family. He left all desires. Is it right? The things you leave it, you are into Shunya. You are into zero. And when you are into zero, you are into oneness. Is it right? So now the three concept is there. You can write the three concept. So the three concept is nothingness, wholeness and oneness. Okay. So we came from nothingness. That's a Big Bang theory. Is it right? We came from nothingness. We experience the wholeness. We experience the wholeness, 360 degree. We come back to oneness, that is the center of the circumferences. And from oneness, again we are going into nothingness. You understood the cycle? Is it right? So don't think that oneness is the end. After oneness, again you have to dissolve the circle, you have to dissolve the center. Now there is no center and there is no circumference. Is it okay?
How to do the journey from oneness to nothing.
Yeah, by practicing this oneness, because this is the journey where you dissolve everything, you practice the oneness, means you are into nothingness. Is it true? By practicing the oneness, you have dissolved the duality, now you are into non-duality. So you are into nothingness only. Is it clear? Because for nothingness you cannot practice anything. To be into the oneness 24/7 means you are practicing nothingness. Is it right? Because from wholeness you are come into oneness. From 360 degree you are come into the center. And from the center also you are dissolving it. Is it clear? You need to sustain the oneness part. You cannot shift from oneness to duality again. Then you cannot be into nothingness. So every element, the earth element experience is of wholeness. You are experiencing the gadget, the laptop, lights, the walls, the flooring, everything, all earth element, objective things. Even the water element. Is it right? So people, they do fasting, water fasting, they do food fasting to experience that today no food, today no water intake. Is it right? To experience the movement, to experience the stillness. Today I'm not going to move anywhere. I'll be sitting in meditation for a couple of hours. This is a stillness. Is it right? Right? Today no emotions. So water has two things, emotions and no emotions. Is it right? So again the polarity of water element, earth element. Is it right? The fire element, means you're not going to use the fire to burn the people. You're going to use the fire to burn your karma. This is difference. You're not going to put your anger on someone else. It's a fire element. Anger is a fire element. Is it true? But you are going to burn your anger, which is inside you, which is suppressed in you. Is it right? Again, in the air element, it is like your inhalation and exhalation should be with full awareness. Then it is oneness. If you are aware about your exhalation, you are aware only about your inhalation, means you are not in oneness. Is it true? But you are aware about both inhalation and exhalation, inhalation and exhalation, inhalation and exhalation. Means after some time you are in oneness, because now you don't know whether you are inhaling or you are exhaling. It will be very spontaneous and it will be like you are not existing anywhere. Is it okay? Now the ether oneness is you respect all goddesses, all the different consciousness equivalently, means you are in oneness with the ether element. So all the 5 elements from what we have been made up of, if you experience the duality and you come back to the shunya zero, means you are into oneness. That is very important. You have the property, if you don't have property, you are in oneness. You have the money, you don't have the money, you are in oneness. Is it right? People are with you or people are not with you, doesn't matter to you, means you are oneness with the water element. You have dissolved all those emotions. Is it clear? Right? So think about it, that which element you need to work on it and put more symbols of the oneness on those element. If you say I cannot live without this person, means you need to heal yourself to get detached with that person. You think I cannot live without mobile, means you have to put your healing on yourself to get detached with the mobile. Is it right? So wherever you feel that I'm stuck somewhere, I'm attached to something, means you are not in oneness. Is it clear? If you say I need food, without food I cannot survive, means you need to heal yourself, because ultimately all the sources are available freely from the universe. You can take air, you can take the sunlight, you can walk as much as you can walk, you can be into the garden with all the greeneries, everything is freely available. But you want something as an input, that is your psychology. Is it right? So when you will use this oneness symbol, slowly you will see your appetite will decrease, your craving will decrease, your dreams will decrease, your desires, your wish, your goal chart, everything will get reduced and reduced. Why? Because you had experience, you can experience everything astrally also. It's not that only at the physical world you need to experience those things. If you take that experience, definitely I can also feel that experience. It's not that I have to drink the alcohol, I have to smoke it, I have to eat something abnormal thing. It's not that way. Don't think about it. Many things you can bypass just by feeling what the person is feeling. And really, when you use this oneness symbol, you need not put yourself into a negative aspect. Without going into those extreme negative aspect, you can just by one glance you can experience the extremity. Is it right? Is it clear? So think about it, that we have never thought that people say no, you have to go into that extremity. But do you think if you go into extremity, it is easy for you to come back? If person is a chain smoker, tell me, is it easy for him to quit the smoking? Huh? That's the main thing. Is it right? So what happens, when we are doing some spiritual practice, when we are doing this oneness practice, no, in one attempt only we can experience the 7 attempts. Is it right? That will reduce the time. Otherwise, people actually they go through it. They go through the lots of extreme negative energy and they are not able to come back. And this is what is happening today in this world, that people have gone into -5 and -6 and -7. Now if you tell to sit, do meditation, do healing, do yoga, they say, no, it's not my cup of tea, I cannot do anything. Why? Because they are into lots of negativity in their physical aspect, mental aspect, their emotional aspect, their attachment, and their dependency. There are so many things. Is it true? So understand one thing, that if you practice, you will take a experience in very quicker way, in very shortcut way. There is no need for you to go to that side at the polarity side and come back, which is not possible. Is it right? All these crimes, you know why it's are happening? They rob, they cheat, they rape, they do dacoity, and they do a big crime. Why? Because initially they think, oh, this is a negative thing, but then they get used to with those things, and then they are not able to leave those things. Is it right? So yesterday also I said, even after the divorces, filing the case against the partner, we are not able to forgive them. We are not able to free them from our mind. Whether it's a relation breakups or anything is that, right? Because those things we are holding. Is it true? Now what we are going to do today, after we learn the symbols, I'll attune you. You have to heal both of your brain, your right brain, your left brain, because from here everything, the polarity starts. There is always a fight between the two brain. It is a fight between the brain and the heart. Am I right? Where is the fight? Tell me. Huh? Inside. The fight is inside, and we are not able to make out, and we are blaming people outside because we are not in oneness. Is it right? I had a fight inside me, that I am an educated person, I am a doctor. How can I do spiritual practice? And people used to say, you cannot do spiritual practice. You are a medical doctor. You should. The fight was inside, and I used to blame people. He is against me. He is not allowing. My parents are not allowing me to do spiritual practice. But actually, fight was inside me. Right? But when I sat for a couple of hours, I made myself understand that this is your sole purpose, to be into a spiritual side. This is your life purpose, to do research on the spiritual subject. Now I was convinced inside, now there is no opposition outside. Is it right? So all we say that there is a rejection, there is a resistance, actually both are inside. The resistance is also inside and rejection is also from inside. Only we see the people from outside, that he is not allowing me to travel alone. He is not allowing me to do this work. He is not allowing me to do that thing. It's your own fear. It's your own doubt. It's your own mindset. It's your all restricted thought pattern. And you're just attracting those people with the same mindset, and you see so many people are against me. How can I do this thing? Is it true? But for whatever you have come, you have to experience it. But if you practice the oneness, that experience will be very quick, very fast, and it will be non-biased. No, see, I tell you one thing, honestly, don't put any concept in the mind during meditation, otherwise it is called manifestation, it is not called meditation. Is it right? So, it's a difference between you want to manifest through the energy, you want to manifest through your meditation power, something. So, you're manipulating those things. Allow the things to be very natural. If you put something, definitely it is going to work, no doubt about today or tomorrow. But again, you have to come back to zero. Again, it will take time. So, surrender to the divine plan and just be with the flow. Is it right? Don't put any concept in your mind. Don't put any theory in your mind. If you put some theory, definitely the body is going to take action according to that. Is it clear? If I get some medical cases and if people say, sir, please prescribe the medicine, I can't say, no, I am not practicing. I am into spiritual practice. If it has come to me, I write the medicine. I go through their medical reports. Is it okay? So whatever comes means that needs some your attention, that needs some energy, that needs some time. It's okay. What's wrong in it? You be very flexible. You be into the accepted mode. So definitely you will play the part of duality, you will play the part of polarity, but internally you will be in the oneness. Is it clear? No, no, what I am telling you, initially you have to put into your mind this concept, what she is saying, but at the end, just surrender to the nature, because otherwise what will happen, if suppose your body cannot stay without medicine and you will feel depressed, oh my God, I work so much, then too I am not able to leave the medicine. Don't be adamant, don't be rigid to the end result. Is it right? You can put into the universe that this is my wish, and at the end say, if it is God your wish, let it happen, otherwise I am happy with whatever it's your wish. Is it right? Then this I will dissolve, and if I dissolve, then you are in oneness. Otherwise what you will say, I said to God this and God is not listening to me, means I came, and if I is there, then where is the God? Means there is two things, you are different and God is different. Is it okay? So I also always do same thing. When I invoke, I heal myself, I put affirmation, but at the end, before I close, before I disconnect the invocation, I just say, whatever is your wish, I am ready to accept it. Is it clear? Because he knows what is in my syllabus, what I have to go through it. That's a divine plan. It's very simple. Is it right? So I hope the things are very clear to you, right? Now lastly, before I end the talk, see, there are few words that you have to write today. Now suppose there is a word, you can write, there is an action, there is an action, there is a word, words, what we write, there is an action. I am just trying to put some words, like there is an action, number one.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sentence, there is an action.
No, no, not just only action. Number one is action. Yeah. There is a words, means what we speak. Is it right? After the words comes sign. Sign. After the sign, it comes symbols. And after the symbols, it comes silence.
After symbol, what it comes up? Silence.
Silence. Yeah. So what is the sequence? Silence. Is it right? So think about it, that where we have to reach. Is it right? We are taking action to fulfill our desire. We are taking action to reach somewhere. Is it right? And words are helping us, that I want this, I want that, I am going here. You're putting something in your GPS. You're putting some words here. I want to go to airport. I want to go to so and so destiny. Right? That's a words. Is it right? And when you're traveling, there is a sign. Stop sign, go sign, slow. There is a sign. Is it right? But beyond sign, people have never thought that there are symbols. And all these symbols are downloaded by some or the other people, like an encyclopedia. There are, like how the signs are downloaded, same way the symbols are downloaded in spirituality. Right? If you see the cross, it's a symbol of Christianity. Is it right? So you understand the whole Christianity into the cross. Is it right? So it's a symbol. So that symbol is called Udreka. Udreka. So every symbol has a name, something. So we never knew that like how we say Om. Om is also symbol. Swastik is also symbol. Is it right? So the whole system is actually put into one symbol. Is it okay? So the symbols are different in Reiki, symbols are different in psychic surgery, symbols are different in Karuna Reiki. So the symbols are different in oneness. Symbols are different in money manifestation, for abundance also. There are so many different symbols are there. Is it right? And finally, there is a silence and there is a smile. Is it right? These two aspects are ultimate. In silence, Means like a newborn baby, he is in silence and it smiles. It's an ultimate. Is it right? We bring him from silence to words. Speak something, speak something. Right? Father, mother, I, Baba, whatever we say. Right? That's right. So from silence we bring him to the words and we bring him to the action. Do this, do that, go to school, get some degree, get some status, do job, do business. Is it right? But ultimately, the signs, the symbols, the silence and the smile, these are the sequences we have to reach to that oneness. So whatever happens around you, if you smile and if you are in silence, means you have reached to oneness for that concept, for that aspect. Is it clear? It's not an overnight you are going to achieve anything, but you will understand, last time I reacted to this situation, this time I am very silent. And people will say, oh, in this word situation you are silent and you are smiling because it doesn't affect you. Is it clear? So you need to use those symbols to achieve those silence and smile. Like if you see the Krishna, if you see the Jesus, you will say, what a beautiful smile. Is it right? So why? Because they have reached to that ultimate nirvana, they have reached to that ultimate enlightenment concept. Is it right? Our different expressions, different reactions shows that we are not in oneness. Still we are taking some action, still we are reacting to something, means we are not in oneness. Is it okay? There is some horror movie going on and silently you just observe. Other people, they're shouting, screaming, they're crying, they close your eyes, they contract their muscles. So means they are not in oneness. They know that we are into cinema house or we are in the theater, but still the emotions aspect is going on. The sensations are hyper reactive. Is it right? The muscles are responding to the reactions, to the sensations. Is it right? But think about when you're practicing the symbols, different symbols you're practicing, definitely slowly you will just be into that oneness. You will not live with your Surya or Chandra Nadi, you will live with your Sushmana Nadi, which is called the Nadi of consciousness. Is it right? So you're not into right or left brain, you're just at the center, and which is very important for you. Is it okay? Right?
So, sir, in today's world,
Huh.
what's happening is we are having action, we have words, we have sign,
हाँ
and we know there is silence and we know there is a smile.
हाँ
और ये जो बीच की gap है,
हाँ
that is void,
हाँ
which is getting fulfilled by symbols.
exactly.
And that's where you come in picture.
Yeah.
Babaji is giving it to you, and you're trying to give it to the whole wide
Exactly.
world.
See, when I'd been to Kolhapur Mahalakshmi temple while going to the Goa, I got money abundance symbols. Is it right? Means 2011, I am telling you. See, 13 years back. Last year, when I'd been to Babaji caves, we were sitting in meditation. I got this oneness symbols. So slowly and slowly, what is happening? After every 6 to 12 years, what we say, na Ardha Kumbh or Kumbh Ka Mela, what we say in India, what it is happening. They download those symbols through this silence Naga Sadhu people. All this Naga Sadhu, they come, they saint, they come, they don't speak anything. They are non-reactive. They are naked, they don't wear any clothes and they have no reaction to anything. Whether you are eating food, you are carrying some money, you are carrying some luggage or whatever you are doing, they are least bothered. So I had seen them in 2019, again to 2025, next year the Kumbh is going to happen. And I visit those people, I see they are totally into silence and those download the symbols because they understand this crowd is suffering from psychological disorder. This crowd is suffering from some physical disorder. This crowd is suffering from relationship crisis. So they download some symbols. Yeah, that's the science.
But then how do they reach? They reach to you guys.
I will tell you one thing. See, now there are two aspects. What happens, they silently put the symbols to someone's brain. Like they put into Sai Baba's that this is Karuna 9 symbol. They put into Dr. Mika Usui, this is Reiki symbol. Either they will put into someone's mind, or what they will do, they will kidnap some kids. You must have heard in the childhood that Kumbh ka mele mein bacche log gayab hote. They say it. Now when those kids, knew this, they are those are for the higher purposes, and we never understand. Those people understand. So what they do, they kidnap those kids, they put their consciousness in their mind and they place some spiritual part through them. And this is how the things happening. Is it right? So all these people, the saintly people, whether it is Shri Ravi Shankar, Sadhguru, or all this Satya Sai Baba, Shirdi Sai Baba, all these people, they are infinite soul level. They are just come to just emit those silence, vibrations. Is it right? Through all these symbols. Otherwise, you think Mahavir was a Kshatriya. How could he can bring Jainism? He was not originally a Jain person. Is it right? Jesus was not originally a Christ. Is it right? So they take us to the next level through this silence, through these symbols. Is it right? So when you go to the next level, definitely you are evolved. Right? The same company who brought this 12 Pro Max, same brought the 15 Pro Max. Now it has come 16. Same company will put a next level technology. Is it right? The same, the light of the goddesses, they are going to put the human being into the next evolved level. But you need to accept those lights. You need to accept those photons. You need to accept the light code languages. So this is the light code language. This is the communication with goddesses. If I speak to you in English, you understand my language. Is it right? If I speak to you with my mother tongue, that's a Kutchi Jain language, you wouldn't understand anything. Is it true? So to communicate with God, we need to go through these symbols. So then communication is easy with your goddesses. Is it clear? Because those people, they don't speak English or Marathi or Hindi or Spanish or French or anything. They don't speak. They speak the language of silence, or they speak the language of symbols. Is it okay?
Sir, the basic question.
Yeah. Huh.
Why do we need to this nothingness from oneness to nothingness, or why we need to go to oneness? What is the ultimate aim?
No. Aim is nothing. See, it's life is a game. We are just playing the game. Because we couldn't, like a plant and animal, we had no multiple experiences in those kingdom. So definitely it's only the human kingdom where you can get all those experiences, because you have sensations, you have conscious mind, your logical mind, your analytical mind, definitely your emotions, your feelings, so many things you are having. You can express something, you can communicate something. Is it right?
So is it going to make our journey for the next life easier?
Very easier, very easier.
Or like
Not only next life, only this life also it will be very easier after you are learning all these things. Is it right?
Yeah.
After going from here, this classroom, you will go back to home and you are not going to react to many of the aspects. So definitely you feel, oh, now I am so in peace. Initially I used to react to such people, but now you are understood that they are not in oneness, so they are playing some part of the different role, and definitely they are into those theories.
So this is how we are not adding up to our karma.
Exactly, that's the main thing. Is it right? See, in Karuna Karma Soul and DNA healing, we are dissolving those karma. In oneness, we are not adding to the karma. This is two difference, right? In psychic surgery, we are reprogramming, because the mind, the old pattern is creating a karma. But when you reprogram your mind periodically, you are not creating new karma. You are not outdated, you are updated through the psychic surgery.
If you are following this oneness symbol,
Yeah.
still somebody is hurting us, then
That's why I said no, still you have that unhealed part. That's what I'm telling you. Because we have that unhealed part, so he's playing something. Is it right? So there is some cricket match going in the stadium and you're witnessing the match and you're reacting, oh, he's bowled, oh, he's out. Means there is something inside which is not accepted. So something people are going to play, and you're going to react to those play, to those act. Is it right?
So, sir, this will, after practice, this will help. It sounds
Yeah.
nice when we listen.
Yeah.
But actually to practice.
It is going to help you. That's what I'm telling you.
I mean, with this symbols, we practice at home, we do, but then it's going to help us
then only it is going to help us, because our mind cannot dissolve everything through the conscious mind. Because conscious mind is only 18%, you understood the concept 18%, and your subconscious unconscious is 80%. How can you think the 18% can dissolve the issue of 80%? It's a minority and it's a major imbalance thing. Is it right? But through the symbols, which is from the divine mind, from the divine sources, from the cosmic energy, anything is possible. Is it right? Anything is possible. Like you get a Wi-Fi username and password, you can open any website, you can go through any YouTube channels, you can go through any internet digital things. Why? Only through these two things you are getting it. Is it right? So username is the symbols what I am going to teach you, and password is the attunement, the Shakti path, which we are going to go through today. It's not that you are going to hand over the username, the symbols to someone else, he is going to play those. You cannot do it. There should be a password also. That attunement has to be done. That Shakti part has to be done. Is it right? So after going from here, you can heal the people, you cannot teach the people. You are not channeled to teach them. But you are a channel of healer. You are a light workers. Is it clear? So you are not a master that you can teach anyone anything else. Maybe in future, near future, when you practice it very thoroughly, God may empower you with those attunement Shaktipat process. Is it okay? I tell you that initially you have to blindly practice it, not because I am telling you, because the universe has put me into the place where I need to deliver those things to you, because you deserve those things.
Have faith.
Yeah.
Have the faith.
Have the faith in the in your God goddesses, to whomsoever you worship. Is it right? That's the main thing. Okay. Yes.
Like to use the symbols, we have to do the meditation that time, or like we can just chant.
Chantable. See, there is an active meditation, there is a passive meditation. In passive meditation, you have to sit in silence. In active meditation, you can chant the mantra, you can chant the symbols, anything you can do. You can chant the affirmation. Is it right? So passive meditation in today's time is so difficult to be in the silence for minutes. It's so difficult. So better to occupy your mind with the symbols. They are ether element. You can occupy your mind with your mantra, that's a fire element. You occupy your mind with affirmation, again those are fire and air element. So this is how you are with a different element, you are just occupying your mind, or putting your mind in the busy concept, so that you can achieve whatever you want it. Like if you are doing Hoponopo, it's an water element meditation. Is it right? That way. If you are doing fasting, that's a body meditation. You're putting your body into stillness. Is it right? That's the main thing.
So if you're getting disturbed with your boss, you can just sit quietly, listen to him and put symbols.
Exactly.
Or
Yes.
to your wife or your husband.
Okay.
Once you said while driving, you put all the symbols.
Yeah.
Now I have a habit.
Yeah,
whenever
good.
I'll on the my car.
Exactly.
I put all the symbols.
Because that is the time where you have
I always do, because
perfect.
then I feel
Yeah.
always I get less time.
No.
I always feel that.
And then you don't get agitated and shout at the person.
Right.
Because I'm very punctual about the time.
Huh.
I have to
Reach at that time.
time.
Right.
And if I'm 5 minutes or 10 minutes,
Huh.
I delay to
Yeah.
start, I'll put all the symbols.
Yeah, good.
And then I always feel I always reach on time.
Otherwise, we have that anxiety,
Yeah.
Things are not at time, things are not at a time. Either you are not at time or people are not around you at the time. So you have anxiety, oh my God, how it is happening. But when you are in oneness, you understand there is a perfect time to initiate something. Let things happen on its own. Is it right? So I travel so much, and when I see the flight is delayed by half an hour, 1 hour, 3 hours, I just sit in the airport and just chant the symbols. So I understand whenever I have to go, I have to go. Whenever I have to reach, I have to reach.
So that's a divine plan. People want your healing.
I know.
They can purposely delay your flight.
I know, I can understand that. I can feel. Anyhow, we'll take a break, and after the break, yes, we'll go through the symbols and attunement, and then we'll practice it.